Afternoon, America. Brian James Blem here. I want to welcome you back to another episode of What the Fuck's Up. And I think, like in my last episode, I want to talk specifically to Arizona Republicans. And a lot of you across America may be facing the same issues within your political party as elections are taking place all across the country. But what I want to ask Arizona Republicans who have a say in choosing the next state party chair. The question you need to ask is whether you want an Arizona Republican Party that represents Arizona Republicans, or whether or not you want to turn control over of the Arizona Republican Party to Turning Point USA. Now, this is no criticism of Turning Point USA. It does some great work. It's got some great messaging. They aren't, however, the Republican Party of the state of Arizona. Now, you have two candidates running, Gina Svoboda and Cory McGarr. I don't really know either of them. I've talked to Miss Svoboda, I think, 2 or 3 times. We're not friends. We don't have lunch. We don't exchange Christmas cards. I don't even have her telephone number. I don't believe I've ever met Cory. I know he was a member of the Liberty Caucus, and I fully 100% support the Liberty Caucus. But the questions you have to ask, folks, are these. Who is going to keep Arizona Republican Party, the AZGOP, in the hands of Arizona, and who is going to become dependent on an organization based in Washington, D.C.? Now, from what I have seen as an outsider to the Arizona Republican Party, is that Gina Svoboda has come into power and kicked more ass than any Republican Party chair in the state of Arizona for the last 25 years, going back to the 1990s when I was a member of the Arizona Republican Party out of Pima County. And so you want somebody who's going to come in and do what Gina Svoboda has done, and that is kick ass. The job of the Arizona Republican Party chair is to raise money, and it's to elect Republican candidates. And that is exactly what Gina Svoboda has done. Many of you are critical of Ms. Svoboda for Kari Lake's loss and for Cory McGarr's loss. Well, with respect to Cory McGarr, maybe you ought to take a look at Cory McGarr and his messaging and ask yourself, is Cory McGarr the right person to do the messaging for the Arizona Republican Party? The second question you need to ask about Cory McGarr is, would he even be in this race without TP USA's money? The answer to that question is no. And if he becomes Arizona Republican Committee chair, Arizona Republican Committee will become dependent on TP USA, a DC affiliated outfit that does good work, like I've said, but you don't want it to control your party. You want to control your party. For those of you critical about the Lake laws, blaming Ms. Svoboda for that, why don't you take a very long, hard look at all of these people in Arizona who call themselves Republicans, but have teamed up with States United Democracy Center, the leftists of the left, to destroy Kari Lake through litigation. That's right, lawfare, folks. That had nothing to do with Ms. Svoboda. That had everything to do with people who call themselves Republicans that want to take your party back. I am urging you as strongly as I can, without trying to criticize Mr. McGarr, the Liberty Caucus, or TPUSA, because they're all fine people and they all do fine work. But I am urging you to keep your Republican Party of the state of Arizona free and independent and representing Arizona Republicans' interests. Keep the AZ in the AZGOP, and do not make it the DC GOP, because that's the risk you are running. And with that, I will say peace.